Ebona ege ntị anyị ekene unu ọzọ na n'ụbọchị uhuruchi tata. Ihe a bụkwa Eastern News 24 ka anyị si na-ewetara unu ozi n'ụbọchị nke taa bụ evening session and evening tea ka anyị na-akpọ ya. Ọ bụ na ịmalụ ife anyị na-akpọ ụbọchị nke tata bụ evening tea from the office of Biafran Republic Government and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ọ nwere ife anyị wetara unu dịka ibe ife anyị gaa n'ihu anyị ga-let ka tata bụ ụbọchị 38th ụbọchị 30th of October 2023. Yes, I wetara unu ife a na-akpọ evening tea. Ọ nwere ife Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gasị n'iru ebe a mma like unu gị mana ihe a bụ broadcast ya o meburu before because anyị na-like ikwu eziokwu. Ife a former broadcast o meburu mana ihe mere ji weti ya bụ in the live fresh of all the things niile Mazi Nnamdi Kanu educate anyị kụzichara anyị n'ilu akwụkwọ a. Enwetago ya bụ ihe ndị niile ahụ ka anyị na-ala ekwe ka anyị tinyekwe ka unu sorokwa anyị gee ya ka unu fụ na Nnamdi Kanu bụ chọrọ ọdịm na mma nke ndị Igbo ọ bụrụ sọsọ ọdịm na mma nke family ya. Nwa dịka ị na-ege ya bụ ife ga-esi drop right comment gị on the comment below. All right, over to you, sir.
And a jaw man, a jaw is on Chief Frank Opigo. And a jaw man. So when people talk about Biafra, Ojuku's Biafra, they will never tell you is a jaw Biafra. They will never tell you it was an a jaw man, a jaw that said to Ojuku, our original name is Biafra. And Ojuku adopted it. Then the propaganda started flying, sadly, from our Yoruba brethren. Then, very sadly, the lies began. The same lies that they were peddling that led them to label IPOB as a terrorist organization. But people occupying Yoruba forests, people raping and killing in Izombe, people raping and killing at Ozo1, people brazenly attempting to take over the whole of Benue State, they are not terrorists. I want people to, at least those that still have some measure of conscience, to understand what I'm saying. People who are raping and killing you, they are not terrorists. They are not proscribed Mietiala, no. They are normal. You negotiate with them. You talk to them. You parley with them. But IPOB that is championing the freedom of everybody in Nigeria, I said everybody. Sometimes people misunderstand what we are doing. Biafra is a vehicle with which we are going to liberate everybody, including ethnic minorities in Sokoto, in Katsina, in Bauchi. Only Biafra can save you. Why am I saying this? And I want you to listen very carefully, please, and note what I'm saying down. Fortunately, the people of the South are gifted with a sense of responsibility, and if things doesn't work out, rebellion. If we stay in one Nigeria, for instance, let's say we collapse IPOB and the Oduduwa movement were to stop, do you think that any minority in the Fulani conquered North will be able to rise up to challenge them? If the answer is no, then other people must do it. Those who are able should do it. That is why IPOB, this Biafra movement, needs the support of everybody. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter if you're from Krenembron. It doesn't. Once you are suffering within Nigeria, you need IPOB and you need Biafra. More than Biafra needs you. Because if we stop, let's say we collapse IPOB tonight and stop our agitation, how are you going to get electricity in your lifetime? How are you ever going to get good roads? How will you ever hold your corrupt and inept politicians responsible? And more importantly, how are you going to stop Fulanis from taking over your ancestral lands? How? Just tell me. A few days ago, I said something very, very poignant. I said, if you want to remain in one Nigeria, I'm not begrudging you, but look at Hausa people. That is going to be your fate. You are going to be a people devoid of honor and integrity. You will only exist as a people, if at all they will allow you to exist. Now you understand it. That is why we are doing what we are doing. We must cut out all the distortions, all the falsehoods, all the outright lies against what IPOB stands for. Anybody against IPOB is working for the politician. They are paid errats. Owasiwanya, who is a very spent force, somebody who made his entire existence on sabotaging his people. We love our elders. We respect them. If not that I'm a very, very discernible and sensible man, I would have thought that perhaps that Paya Debanjo has turned around to abandon truth, which I know and respect him for. Do you know that Paya Debanjo said, I am at one with Kanu? Yoruba media said, I am at war with Kanu. After doing my presentation during the Never Again 51 years remembrance of those that the zoo slaughtered and massacred, over 5 million people. After I finished speaking, Paya Debanjo asked to come back into the program to speak. He was allowed. He said, I am at one with Kanu. Fulani is the problem of Nigeria. The media wrote that Paya Debanjo said, I am at war with Kanu. These are the people who have been lying to you, telling you that we hate you, IPOB is too parochial, we hate everybody. And I'm saying, if we hate everybody, why was it that when I was at DSS, those who used to wash my clothes were kids they picked up from Sokoto, from Zamfara, and tagged them Boko Haram sympathizers, locked them up for, some of them for nearly 4 years. They used to wash my clothes. They used to fetch water for me. Boko Haram people. We started talking. They were the ones telling me, they told me every history about Muhammad Yusuf. They found out Boko Haram that the zoo police killed. You know, sometimes, you know that Nigeria even accused me once of supporting Boko Haram. Because I came and I made it very public that Boko Haram is the way it is today because of the wickedness of Nigerians. An average Nigerian is a very wicked animal, a wicked beast. Why do I say this? When Muhammad Yusuf was agitating for referendum, some of you don't know this, the Boko Haram founder was agitating for referendum in the northeast. The Nigerian police killed him. That was why they turned violent. But when you discuss the history of Boko Haram, people will say that terrorists, they are this, that. But it was the Nigerian state that inflicted terrorism on these very poor people. That was why they took up arms. That is a fact. Castigate Boko Haram all you like. Cast aspersions all you like. Say whatever you want to say against them. It was your docility. You were there. Nigerian police went and killed a man that hasn't killed anybody. Today they're holding El Zagzagi. Holding him. Tomorrow now, when El Zagzagi dies in custody, and another front will be opened up with Shia Muslims in the north, all of you will start yapping as usual, terrorist group, terrorist. But now that El Zagzagi is suffering injustice, all of you are quiet. The only time I'm speaking the truth, you know me, I speak the truth always. I don't give a damn who is upset or who isn't. Have you noticed something? The same thing now that Yoruba media is saying that, of course, I love Sunday Igboho very well. He's doing a very fantastic job, and I will keep supporting him. Do you see the way the Yoruba media are reporting their own people? Do you see how they're writing about every second, every minute, every second, every minute? Because he is Yoruba. And the media in Nigeria is controlled by Yoruba people. And now I'm asking myself, what is the difference between what Sunday is fighting for, what Muhammad Yusuf was fighting for before they killed him, and what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for? No difference. Follow me very carefully, please. I'm not saying that I condone or tolerate the excesses of Boko Haram bombing and killing people. I completely reject and condemn it. But there is no difference. Yoruba will never promote anybody outside their tribe. They are journalists I'm talking about. Never. Because somehow they feel that the coming of Biafra will somehow disadvantage them. I don't know why. Or is it because somebody somewhere is desperately trying to become the president of the damnable Zoological Republic? I have no idea. But I want you to pay attention this evening. Ask yourself this question. What is it that Sunday Iwoho is doing that is different from what IPOB is doing? What's the difference? They'll say, oh no, because he's not advocating for the breakup of the country. Because we see a million miles ahead than any other person. Why am I saying this? Do you know when Ojukwu saw that only restructuring could save Nigeria? Only restructuring. 52 years ago. 52 years ago. 52 years ago. I want the world to understand that this is a gift that God gave to Biafran people. The gift of vision. To be able to see things before they happen. And I am very glad to say, and with every sense of humility, I hasten to add, that I also possess the same gift as Elohim gave to our eternal leader. I have the same gift. I need you to understand this very, very carefully. I also have the same gift. And you ask yourself this very simple question. Why was it that something Ojukwu saw, not did he only say it, he negotiated for a restructured Nigeria what do I mean by 50? 54 years ago, 53, 54 years ago. Only now, they are now asking for the same thing. 54 years ago, they killed 5 million Biafrans because of it. The same thing they killed 5 million Biafrans because of, now they are begging to have it. And the thing is, why must all of us be begging Fulani for restructuring? Why must all of us be begging them for referendum? Why? Are they God? Are they holding the key to our lives? Why must we are begging? Every time we are begging them, oh, please, can you restructure? Oh, please, can you give us? Every time, please. Who are these people that we keep begging them? And I will tell you to go through your elected representatives. They tell you to go through your politicians. But one thing you don't understand is this. They are the ones that allowed the INEC that they control to bring those people forward as your political leaders. So they control them. That is a fact. Now, if you want to remain in perpetual slavery and poverty, do not support IPOB and what we are doing. But if you want to, you see, sometimes people think that I'll give you a very simple example. China is blessed. They are doing well all over the world. Their economy is booming. I think now they're #1, I believe, in the whole world in terms of economy, and they are #2 in terms of military might. That is their blessing. No one can take it away from them. Do you understand? No amount of jealousy can change it. If out of jealousy, or you believe that Biafra is going to be one very beautiful nation in Africa, and because of that, you are not going to support them, you are doing yourself a disfavor. Because there's a way we say it where we come from. If you're suffering, we are also suffering. Everybody's suffering. And let me ask you, which other people do you think will have the courage to do what Biafrans have been doing for the past, say, 54 years? Which other people in Nigeria, I'm asking you, can do it? And there is nothing envy or jealousy can do for you. You can be jealous from now till the kingdom come. It cannot remove God's blessing and grace upon a people. Why is it that Angela Merkel, as advanced as Germany is, will say that USA is the leader of the free world? You know all the problems that they had during the Trump era with NATO funding and all the rest of it, World Trade Organization, World Health Organization, and the rest of it. If you ask Angela Merkel, leading a very proud Germany, she will tell you, we look up to America as the leader of the free world. Is it going to stop Germany from doing very well by acknowledging the preeminence of the United States of America? No. If you ask Boris Johnson now, he will tell you the most important thing for us is to make sure that America comes back to lead the free world. It doesn't matter if you're hung up on your jealousy or your envy. It's not going to change God's blessing. The same thing applies to Biafra and IPOB. And to the Igbo race to an extent. The same thing happened to the Jews. Jealousy, envy, jealousy, envy, jealousy, envy all over the world. They were slaughtered over and over again. They were killed. It never ever removed the grace of God from upon them. Today, Israel is standing very, very strong. Why am I saying all these things to Nigerian youths? It's for them to understand this very simple fact that we have not come to take anything that belongs to anybody. We have come to set all of you free. And I will reiterate, once we are all free, if all of you gather together, first of all, you need freedom. You know, what I find astonishing about the likes of people who should know better, like Wole Soyinka, that were advocating for sovereign national conference until Obasanjo came, a Yoruba man became the president, and they forgot about it. Had they stood on that, if after this liberation of everybody in Nigeria, all of you were to come together to say, we still want to remain in Nigeria, after a referendum, I am a Democrat. Should Biafrans vote to be part of Nigeria? That's entirely up to them. And I will abide by it because the majority will always carry the vote. And for some of you who are afraid, they will dominate us. Biafrans everywhere. Igbo people, they have shop in Lagos. They have in Ibadan. They are doing well in Kanu. They are doing very well in Meduguri. They are doing very well in Yola. They are doing very well in Kafanchan. It's because you don't know anything. Do you know that in the mindset is in our DNA to be free as a free people? We are the only people. These people you claim are going to do. I am from a place called Isiamafaruku Ibeku. Afaruku used to be one autonomous community before, but now we are three. Maybe we are going to become four, who knows? We are the only people that answer to autonomous community. Do you know why? Because we love freedom. We don't want anybody to lord it over us. And for people who wrongly claim that was the propaganda of the Janjaweed, the Miyet Yala Caliphate, Fulani Caliphate over the years, don't join Biafra. Don't join the Igbo people. They will dominate you. They will dominate you. And I want to draw a very simple analogy with what is happening today. Look at
and by Dalulin Nano Kunu Siwesa Kola Wege, yeah, our able Biafran leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no Boro, and a Kuno rely on Yapata, no Ganade Anya. On an Gunife Ugasi, Nabifenia Bono, broker so maybe before, Kai caught to Takwan, wait, do no Kunuge, Kungeya Bife, Unukunuma Wana. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be a true reader, and if all now many of us are there fear, and then I get you a put and there is solidarity with the task to liberate the people of Biafra. On an ugly for the king, the abification, the key kuno dink give a stomach if you know, drop Walaya on the comment below. echefukara na ya bụkwa Eastern News 24 ka anyị si na-ewetara nnukwu ozi a dị oke mkpa. Ngwa daalụnụ ụmụnne m, ngwanụ ka emesịanụ.